Everything you learned about the ocean in school is wrong. And I do not mean slightly incorrect. I mean completely backwards from reality. And the recent scientific discoveries that have forced researchers to rewrite marine biology textbooks will shock you more than any ocean mystery ever could. Stay until the end because the most fundamental ocean fact that scientists just proved wrong will completely change how you see our planet forever. For over a century, marine biologists taught that ocean life decreases dramatically with depth, but revolutionary deep-sea research has proven this is completely false. Scientists using advanced sonar mapping have discovered that the deep ocean contains more biomass than all surface waters combined, with massive ecosystems thriving in areas we thought were biological deserts. The Mariana Trench alone contains more living organisms per cubic meter than the most productive coral reefs, completely overturning our understanding of where life exists in our oceans. But that is just the beginning of how wrong we have been about ocean science. Textbooks have taught for decades that ocean currents are driven primarily by wind and temperature differences, but satellite data and deep-sea monitoring stations have revealed that underwater mountains and seafloor topography control current patterns far more than surface conditions. The entire global circulation system works differently than scientists thought, with implications for climate models that have been predicting weather patterns based on fundamentally incorrect assumptions about how ocean water moves around the planet. The revelation that shocked marine researchers most came from studying oxygen levels in deep water, which everyone assumed would be nearly zero due to lack of photosynthesis at depth. Instead, scientists discovered vast oxygen production systems in the deep ocean that operate through chemosynthesis, where bacteria convert chemical energy into oxygen at rates that rival surface phytoplankton. This means our calculations of global oxygen production have been off by potentially billions of tons per year. Have you ever wondered why ocean science textbooks seem to contradict what deep-sea explorers were actually finding during their expeditions? Comment below if you suspected that our official understanding of the ocean was incomplete, because recent discoveries suggest that scientific consensus was built on very limited data from the 5% of the ocean we had actually explored. The biggest scientific reversal came when researchers realized that marine food chains work in completely opposite directions than we taught in every biology class. Instead of energy flowing from small organisms to large predators, deep ocean ecosystems are powered by massive filter-feeding organisms that process enormous quantities of organic matter and support vast numbers of smaller creatures. Whale falls, the carcasses of dead whales that sink to the ocean floor, create oasis ecosystems that can support thousands of species for decades, proving that energy in marine systems often flows from large organisms down to smaller ones, rather than the traditional pyramid structure we see in terrestrial environments. Recent advances in underwater robotics have revealed that ocean temperature patterns are nothing like the layered system described in oceanography textbooks. Instead of simple thermoclines that separate warm and cold water, the ocean contains complex three-dimensional temperature structures that create underwater weather systems as dynamic and unpredictable as atmospheric storms. These thermal currents can transport warm water to great depths and bring cold water to the surface in patterns that change daily rather than seasonally, completely invalidating the static temperature models that have guided marine research for generations. But perhaps the most shocking discovery is that marine life distribution patterns are the exact opposite of what scientists predicted. Genetic analysis of deep-sea organisms has revealed that many species thought to be rare surface dwellers actually have their primary populations in the deep ocean, only occasionally venturing to shallow waters where human observers encounter them. This means our biodiversity estimates for surface waters are wildly inflated, while deep ocean diversity has been drastically underestimated. The implications for conservation efforts are staggering, because We have been protecting the wrong areas while ignoring the most biologically diverse regions of our planet. Chemical analysis of seawater has revealed another fundamental error in our understanding of ocean composition. The dissolved minerals and trace elements in seawater do not come primarily from river runoff and atmospheric deposition as taught in every geology textbook, but rather from underwater volcanic activity and deep-sea hydrothermal systems that continuously alter ocean chemistry in ways that affect everything from marine organism health to global carbon cycles. This discovery means that human activities affecting rivers and coastal areas may have far less impact on overall ocean chemistry than previously believed. The most embarrassing scientific reversal involved our understanding of ocean acidification, which researchers now realize is much more complex than simple pH measurements indicate. While surface waters in some areas are becoming more acidic due to atmospheric carbon dioxide absorption, deep waters in many regions are becoming more alkaline due to geological processes that were never factored into climate models. This means that predictions about ocean acidification effects on marine life were based on incomplete data that ignored the majority of ocean volume, where different chemical processes dominate. Advanced genetic analysis has revealed that marine organisms are far more adaptable than scientists believed possible. Species thought to be extremely specialized for specific depth and temperature ranges actually possess genetic flexibility that allows them to survive in conditions spanning multiple ocean zones. This adaptability means that climate change impacts on marine life may be very different from scientific predictions based on the assumption that ocean species cannot adapt quickly to changing conditions. The revelation that has marine biologists most concerned is the discovery that ocean productivity cycles operate on much longer time scales than anyone realized. What we interpret as natural variation in fish populations and marine ecosystem health may actually be part of century-long cycles that human observers have never witnessed in full. This means that apparent declines in ocean productivity attributed to human activities might be natural fluctuations, while actual human impacts could be masked by long-term cycles that will not become apparent until decades from now. Subscribe and hit the notification bell, because next week I am revealing the specific ocean discoveries that governments have classified as too dangerous for public knowledge. And the reasons for this secrecy will make you question everything official science tells us about our planet.